Hello out there, YouTube football fans. I'm John Kuzma from EndZoneBlog.com, and I want to touch on the Miami Dolphins and everything they've done this offseason, or I should say, in these last couple of days. The Miami Dolphins are tanking, and they're doing that by trading away all of their best players. They got rid of Laramie Tunzel. They traded away Kenny Stills. Those guys actually both went to the Houston Texans. They traded away Kiko Alonso. So they're shipping out all of their best players and bringing in draft picks and preparing themselves for the future. They actually have 4 first round picks the next 2 years. So they're going to be able to load up and rebuild this roster to Chris Greer and Brian Flores' vision. To me, this is kind of crazy, but at the same time, I can see what they're doing. They got rid of all these players because they want to get guys in there that can fit their system and guys in there that fit their culture. You know, Brian Flores has made it clear that he has his own way of doing things, and it's similar to Bill Belichick's. You know, Kenny Stills was not happy with Jay-Z and his partnership with the NFL. So Brian Flores played a bunch of Jay-Z songs to kind of say to Kenny Stills, you need to mentally toughen up. Now, whether you agree with Stills or you agree with Jay-Z or whatever stance you have on that particular issue, Flores made it clear that he is keeping it 100% about football. And in football, you're going to be rattled. You're going to be thrown off your game sometimes. And he was trying to get Stills prepared and ready to go. Well, now Miami traded Kenny Stills away, so clearly Flores and Greer didn't think he was part of their long-term picture, or their long-term plan, I guess you can say. But it's a different era for the Miami Dolphins. You know, they've been mediocre for a long time, and maybe this is the start of something good. We just saw the Oakland Raiders do this a year ago when they traded away Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack, and look at them now. They're making progress. They're taking steps in the right direction. So maybe Miami can kind of emulate what the Raiders have done and, you know, build it up from the ground up like they want to do. This year it's going to be rough. I think they're going to tank, and they could be ready to make a play for Tagovailoa this upcoming draft, who might be the savior for the Miami Dolphins down the line. I don't know if they're sold on Josh Rosen, who they traded that second-round pick for in the draft to get, because they're starting Ryan Fitzpatrick right now. Maybe Josh Rosen will take over halfway through the year, and we'll see enough from him where, you know, Miami decides, you know, Rosen is our guy, and they'll use those 4 first-round picks and all those second-round picks they have to, you know, fill out their roster at the other positions. But for the time being, you know, it feels a lot like they're trying to get Tua. Maybe that's, you know, what their grand plan is, and why they, you know, got rid of Tunzel, who's a very good left tackle, and Kenny Stills, who's actually been really consistent for them and reliable for them. But even though you know they're not saying publicly that they're tanking, and even though that they're going to try hard on game day, it's pretty clear what they're doing. You know, they got rid of all their best players, so that tells you exactly what, you know, their cards are. You know, they showed their cards, I guess you can say, with these moves. They're getting rid of anybody who doesn't fit their system, and that's, you know, the way things are going right now for the Miami Dolphins. I'm John Kuzma. Check out EndZoneBlog.com.